Here, let's take one of this. Let me show you for later.
This is wild lavender. There we go.
I don't know why this reminds me of Marilyn Monroe. Don't ask me why, it just gives the vibe.
Alright, so we are back to my room, and beforehand I already cleaned all the things that I got, including the woods and other stuff.
Anyway, welcome to my handcrafts video. There we go. You really don't need all of this. I'm just making a bunch of stuff. Just remember, you can be creative any way you want. You don't need to make all the bunch of stuff I'm making. Just remember, I'm an idiot. I'm making a lot of stuff for you too. You can be an idiot and just go outside and be poor. It's okay. We understand. I am broke too.
Alright, so the first hand craft is not so difficult. First of all, you need a sheet of paper, and then we are going to take this whole place apart and create a container with some ink. And then what we are going to do is kind of what we did in primary school, just stamping leaves into the paper, making this beautiful silhouette of... never mind.
Sometimes shit doesn't work. What do? Cry, of course. But it's okay. You can use the texture to actually blend it together. Things happen. And you cannot control it.
Mistakes happen, and as a creator I think we don't show it enough. Didn't work out, so what? What we can control is the reaction that we have to it, so let's fix it.
Oh man, maybe it's too big for this. Huh. Wonder if it will work. That's the fun part. You never know if it will work or not. What do you think? Do your bets. Screw it. It is all about trial and error, you know? Maybe the leaf that we are using is also more rigid. Maybe if we use a thinner leaf, it will work out. Boop. Huh, this one worked a lot better. This one actually works. So make sure that you pick up a leaf that is actually still flexible. I don't want you to screw out your pieces. I screw up mine, so you don't have to. But still, even if this doesn't work, I'm going to show you what to do with it. Even if my piece is a disaster right now, it will turn out okay. With a different material to see if this actually works. Yep, that works much better. And actually, if you use the previous color, it actually gives it a pretty nice texture. But right now, I'm going to speed a little bit up the process, and I'm going to show you that I can do much more with this than you think.
So this is a natural pigment that you can put in your canvas to give it some color.
And just roll with it, have fun, see where it takes me. I usually just let the piece speak to me, not really pressuring myself to feel anything or have a mindset. Doesn't need to be perfect, she just needs to exist, you know?
And don't worry, this is one of those pieces that you really had to trust the process.
I would like a ring, I would like a ring, I would like a ring. Erasing is okay. As long as you do it on purpose and consciously, no one will be mad. And if they're mad, that's their freaking problem.
I personally like to show my mistakes, because a piece that has no mistakes just seems incomplete.
She doesn't look so bad. Now I think it's time for decorating her. I just had to record the ugly one, don't I? Boop, 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 boop. You can get all the textures that you want. Pretty simple tools. See? this is all I did. Just a few leaves, and then just let my imagination go.
And now for those pieces of wood that were actually useless, we are going to use them to use it as a frame for the painting, and then we will add some colors. Right now I'm getting inspired by Art Nouveau style, so that's the first thing that came to my mind, but you can do anything you want. This is a creative exercise, so just roll with the mistakes, think out of the box, and have fun. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can put on some flowers to make her 3D, or you could also put some spices on her to make her smell good. But that's going to be our next project.
Alright, for our next handcraft is completely compulsory. Any portraits? You can use any portraits, any size, any canvas that you want. But I think mini portraits are way cuter, so if you don't have them, you're a loser. We are going to need aromatic flowers, maybe some paintings to continue drawing. I actually already pre-painted the canvas because it's way easier to use speed up a little bit the process. How this goes, the pencil, blah blah blah. And this is when it gets interesting. Spices.
Oh, and don't forget the silicone.
It is actually an indispensable skill to be able to paint Marilyn Monroe. Just if you are unable to paint Marilyn Monroe,
Wait, you can't?
get the fuck out. You're going to need some aromatic flowers such as this. You can choose any flower you want, and you can choose any spice you want. I personally chose some autumn classics, cinnamon and ginger, because they smell good.
Alright, so let's get to it. The reason that I chose Marilyn Monroe for this project was because I have these 4 little mini canvases that remind me so much of pop art.
Sarah girl's best friend. Oh, Marilyn. First part of the sketch. They tend to tell me that I'm pretty quick with this. The thing when you draw comic is that you have to kinda speed things up a little bit.
This piece is clearly inspired by Andy Warhol's work. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, including him, Bansky, and Roy Lichtenstein. So I decided to do this to decorate my walls. Right now I'm using a pen, but if you don't feel really comfortable with that, you can always use a pencil. And don't worry, you can copy the silhouette by looking at a picture. Just cheat however you can. It's fine. For the painting part, we are going to use acrylics or tempera. Just take your time. This piece has a lot of fine details and you might need a really thin brush. Just be patient, you will get there.
And now what we are actually going to do is going to take the flowers and we are going to break them apart in small tiny pieces. The idea is that we glue this together and we build the hair of Monroe with beautiful aromatic flowers, and then her lipstick is going to be also made of cinnamon and glue, and we are going to delicately put it together around, and the rest of her hair is also going to be cinnamon. I'm going to get a container with some cinnamon. Well, it doesn't smell like cinnamon. Oh no. I just put too much on it. Wait, let me repeat it actually. Enough. A little bit less would be even better. You don't need much. And then you put the cinnamon.
The less glue the mixture has, the more cinnamon smell that you get. So make sure that you just put a little bit and not a lot like I did the first time.
You see? Just so beautiful. I think I'm going to risk it with the shadows because the eyebrows are a little bit too small for this kind of detail, but the shadows are fine.
And this is actually highly customizable. You can draw not only Marilyn Monroe, although you should, But you can draw any celebrity that you want, any icon, any hyperfixation in your favorite anime character. Or you could be all boring and draw a family member that you dearly love. I don't know, would be cute doing a little present, telling them that you love them, healing trauma and all that stuff. But anyway.
Just got a little bit of the edges.
Alright, so I think this part is kinda self-explanatory. You just have to glue the little flowers on top of Monroe's hair to create this beautiful effect. And so I'm going to spend the rest 20 seconds just Don't be scared to scratch flowers around a little bit to give it a nice texture. Our hair is not even, nor should it be Marilyn's.
Well, and I think that's just an example of what you could make.
It has a wonderful cinnamon smell that can remind you of autumn at any given time.
Just add your favorite hyperfixation of a famous dead person, and there you have it! Just for you. A really nice decoration for autumn. Oh, let me show you the ones that I made for last year. In case you didn't like Marilyn Monroe and you want to be an aesthetic normal girl, you can just do this. You can paint different canvas. This is actually, I took this idea from Pinterest, and it is just basically just taking making different rectangles and just painting whatever comes to your mind. It can be leaves, it can be the beach, it can be autumn themed stuff, whatever. It is super easy, super friendly for beginners, and it is also super fun. So in case that you cannot draw Marilyn Monroe, here's what you should do. As you can see, it is just warm color palettes, and it can be cloud, you know, just other stuff. This is pretty old and I just did it for fun. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. It is about the journey, it's not about making it perfect. These two options are actually pretty friendly and pretty cheap. Just make sure that you have a good tape around so that the edges stay sharp. Any tape. This tape might work.
So there you have it. You better draw Marilyn.
In case that you didn't detect this sarcasm, you don't have to draw a person, you can draw an environment and just put flowers on it, and just do abstract. You can do shade, alright? It's okay. You can do a mix of both. Just be creative, for f***'s sake. I'm not telling you a guide. I am not on YouTube to tell you what to do. Alright, so the next one goes to the little bitches that don't draw. I got you covered too, don't worry. For you guys, we are going to need a ton of silicone. The pieces of wood that you remember that were completely useless, and I told you that we were going to find a way to make them work, like kind of when you try to prove your parents that you are more than a failure. And then we are going to take all these little pieces and I think we are going to make a floral arrangement. The thing about this is finding beauty in things that seemingly are useless. Alright, we might need a few more things to build. At this point, you know, I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's the fun part. You just kind of making collage. And you should let your imagination blow, because it's the only thing that is going to blow with this. No, seriously, there's nothing you can do with this. Just have fun. Sometimes it will turn out great, sometimes it will turn out bad. The thing is that you should have fun and embrace the chaos, because if you don't embrace it, who else will? It's your own disaster. Make it fun. So you try to find the beauty in irregular forms, trying to build something. and then you have no idea what you're building, but you keep trying. You have no idea what it is? Me neither, but I'm having fun. And with the extra stuff from the last one, I'm going to make a little bed. A little bed of flowers is always nice. Well, you could hold paper with this. You just stack shit on top of each other, and eventually it will tell you something. It's like tattoos. There's a style, how was it called? Trash polka. At some point it will mean something to you. And when that happens, it's going to be beautiful to you. Maybe if people won't get it, you will get it. And fuck whoever doesn't get it. It's trash polka. It's good for you. You like it. I think the cracks here they just fit perfectly for floral arrangement. So I think that's what it's going to be, a floral arrangement. In the end, everything talks to you. Yep. And it doesn't take money, just a little bit of effort, just a little bit of care. And it can make you really happy. It genuinely makes me happy to share this kind of thing. I know I'm usually like really loud and stuff and shit, but genuinely, sharing this kind of thing, pure joy, from the bottom of my heart. Maybe if I put a little secret here, like the nut is actually inside, like from Totoro movie, that would be adorable. Little joyful things that actually makes you happy, you know? Had a little hat on. I don't know how much more I can squeeze in, but if I can, I will. This is the floral ornament for autumn season, and I hope that for those bitches that don't paint, this was actually helpful. And I really enjoyed making it, so I'm sure that you will too. The next one is fucking messy. Does it have any utility? Nope. Does it bring me back to my childhood? Hell yeah. Both bark. And the only way that I could think of to actually carve them would be actually scratching them against the stone. So I decided to just kinda steal one brick of stone, and you just have to find a side of the rock that has a sharp edge, and just like if you were going to sharpen a knife, just take a 90-degree angle and start sharpening. Don't worry if they fall apart, it's completely normal at the beginning.
So let me save your ears from the trouble. One easy piece that you can try to make are guitar figurines. Just follow the curves of nature, see where it gets you.
You see?
Just make sure it doesn't become too small to work with. And again, highly customizable. You can do any shape that you want.
You can spend all day doing figurines with this kind of thing. I decided to do shark teeth. Or it can be a wave if you see it that way. The possibilities are endless, and it's just that it takes no time. Literally, it's just the kind of thing that you do as a kid when you're just chatting with friends and you're bored.
Does it have any utility? Nope, not at all. It's just decorative and you can exchange it with friends, and it just brings back memories from my hometown. They break easily, so be careful. If you carefully polish them, I think you can make them more resistant. Takes a little bit of mastery, but once you get used to it, it's pretty fun. And the best part, this doesn't expire. You can keep them forever. You can try to make key charms, but it is kinda difficult to make a whole lot of it. But hey, if you're feeling brave, go for it. It might break, but you can put resin around it. I don't know, you try. I'm going to do a few more. Maybe I should do one with my face? Oh, yeah, one thing, it has to be soft bark. It cannot be this kind of wood. It won't actually crush. It has to be soft bark. Alright? Yes, thank you. Thank you.
As I said, a mess. You can use the powder maybe for another handcraft.
As you can see, you can make as many as you want. But I think this shows the point. I think they turned out pretty cute. I'm so proud. Next one.
Alright, so the fifth one is probably one of the most difficult of them all, but also one of the coolest of them all, and one that I keep close to my heart because I used to make it as a child. They are ankle bracelets or necklaces.
They are really, really beautiful, and I wanted to share how to make them.
I think it's one of the most gratifying to have, and also one of the most aesthetic.
And actually, while I was looking for the things on the video, I found one of the few ones that I used to sell when I was little. And this go on elastic fabric, so that's what we will be using today.
And again, this is highly customizable, you can choose any color you want. And this might sound a little bit weird, but instead of using normal paint, I only had nail polish when I was a kid. So that's what we will be using.
Maybe this time we are going to make a little bracelet. This time around I want to glue them together to make it with silicone, to make it more resistance, because I remember they tended to fall open more times than I would like to admit. So first of all, these things tended to come in pairs. Usually what I would do would be break them apart, and I would take off the handle, and usually these two things, there would be one bigger than the other, one would be smaller, and I would just kind of smash them together, trying to grab a bunch of them and try to figure out which one fitted the best. See, this one is way too big for it, so I would try to just kind of see which one would be a perfect fit. This one is not too bad. What we are trying to look for is this kind of figure.
Very similar to a strawberry shape.
The thing is that it cannot be way too big on top or too small down there because it will fall off. I used to do this by hand as well. You can see it because the holes are so uneven. I used to crack open the two holes, like two irregular holes on the side, and I would do that on both sides, up and down, so you could actually get the rope going through, and you could put the avalories. You should see a hole going around it. There you go. And that's how you know that it's good.
and the shape should be kinda like a strawberry. This one is kinda chunky, but it's okay. And then we are going to glue it with silicone. Back in the day I didn't, now I'm going to because I'm a bit of silicone on the sides. Good enough. And now we paint it. Okay, let's go with orange. Just like that.
So I double coated the acorn, and I also brought some avaloris to actually decorate like the old fashioned necklaces that I made as a kid. And I also made another one with the remaining glue and cinnamon, which gives it a nice cinnamon smell.
Now I will put everything together. Got it. Kinda just put it together and excited about this one. It turned out pretty great. It's been a long time since I did one. I'm happy at how it turned out. I think I will do the other one and then we can continue.
So this is the second bracelet that I did. As you can see, it already has the avaloris and it has a nice cinnamon touch. And of course, the colors are perfect for this season.
These are the two that I made today. It's super customizable and super fun to do with friends, so just give it a shot.
And if you don't have time or you don't want to go through all the trouble of making acorn bracelets, you can always buy the pre-made stuff. Both look great. You can buy the beads and make a bracelet. Although I think the handmade stuff actually has a lot more meaning. So I encourage you to try it. So for this next handcraft, we have to be really quiet. Not only because it has magic on it, but also because my brother is snoring in the other room. So let's get to it.
We are going to use wings clap, county fairies, and we are going to recreate one of their magic spells, not for love, but for success. Why not for love? Because honey, the potion for love, has a lot of weird ingredients and we don't have that shit. So we are going simple. We are going to need one pink tape. We are going to need purple pencils. And we are going to need lavender. We are going to need 7 lavenders. Here's what the county box says. We are supposed to close it down with a little bit of duct tape. Alright. Seems pretty easy to me.
Alright, so we are entering full ASMR mode. And the only thing that you have to do with this handcraft is cutting off the paper, fold it, and what you have to do is write a letter if you are wanting to improve your writing skills, or write a number if you want to improve your math skills. I didn't want to improve neither of both, so I just tested Otto, which is my bestie, to see if she actually has any idea what she wanted to do. But she was sleeping, so I just went with it and decided that I want to be good at drawing, so that's what I did. I did an ovni with a little cat, and I just call it a day. The next thing that you had to do is just put the lavender pieces on top of the paper, carefully break them apart, and then once everything is put together, you fold back the paper, leaving this aromatic flower inside, which you're supposed to put under your pillow once you've finished for good luck. Then you just tape it together and You can do some extra steps. I decided to color it, but you can skip that part. It just says that you should have a pink sheet of paper. Here I decided to add some color and I think I just messed it up.
Let's just add some watercolors. And now I'm supposed to put it under my pillow before going to sleep. Saying, I will make it, I will make it, I will make it.
So these were the 6 handcrafts that you could put up your ass, and I hope that you enjoyed the video as much as I did. And if you don't, well, fuck you, because I really enjoyed it.
It's 2:48 a.m.
I will make it, I will make it, I will make it, I will make it. Fuck. I will make it, I will make it, I will make it. Yes.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. To the loo.
Vacant. Acorns. This is still a little bit wet. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sponsoring someone. No. Oh no. Hey, you could just say, Spunky, suck my suck I don't know how to draw shit. And I would say, fair enough. I am a god and I draw pretty awesomely good.